Find on the Inside was curated to switch the narrative, to show that it's never too late to shift your mindset, heal your heart, and live the life that you truly desire. Sis, you are magic. You just haven't discovered it yet. But in order to get to the goal, you have to do a little bit of digging, getting through all the hard stuff to allow your true self to shine. Because yes, you are beautiful. But how is your soul really feeling? Are you fine on the inside? Hey y'all, welcome back to Fine on the Inside. It's your girl Jazz, and I am here with my girls Candice, essential oil specialist, yes. You know, healer, helping people heal and all that. And I'm also here with my girl Amber, who's a psych nurse, future doctor, fitness enthusiast. She just do it all. So thank you, Amber, for sliding.
Hi y'all, how are you?
So good to have you here. I'm so hyped. We're going to have some girl talk.
Yeah.
It's going to be a whole vibe, so let's get it. Okay, so we always start off with some little icebreakers, and then we're going to get into the conversation.
Thank you.
So Amber, as a psych nurse, you see a lot of people go through their toughest moments. What made you want to become a psych nurse?
Okay. Well, I always wanted to be a nurse, which is I know a lot of people, you kind of shift as you get older and kind of see a lot of things. Maybe I want to do this, maybe I want to do that. I always knew I wanted to help people, and I always loved healthcare. And it took, psych runs deep in my family, deep. And it was when my mother, she had to go to the crisis response center, and it wasn't a doctor that saw her, it was a psych nurse. And the treatment that she got from the healthcare staff there, I'm like, oh, I want to do that. It was a lot of reassurance. It felt very personable. The doctors was in and out, but the nurses, they were there. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to do that. So I kind of my mind was set, and I knew okay, I knew I need to go to nursing school. And I need to go back after nursing school to get the doctorate because I want to be what she was, but my own kind of way.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
I stuck with it. So what was I, 8? Since I was 8.
Wow.
Yeah, since I was 8, and I was we
that's crazy.
We're now, and we're almost done. We got 2 more years. It's a 5-year program to bridge the bachelor's to the doctorate, but we're just clinicals and working on our final. It's not called a dissertation now. It's just a final project. That's all we got left. We can't curse.
You can curse.
Oh, I fuck with it. Yeah, I'm excited. So yeah.
I love that.
But can you pause? Ain't that decent? How from you said 6, 8?
We be knowing,
wow.
It was something. Well, that resonated with you. That your mom went through that, but it's God gave you your purpose at that age. But the fact that you were able to follow through with it is crazy.
I know after years, and you think you would have shifted after all this stuff I've been through, because you guys know I was just injured, from work, doing what I do, and I could have just I'm cool. Let me just get out of here, because I was almost permanently paralyzed. But I'm not.
Oh, I didn't know it was that deep then.
Oh, yeah. This is recent, but no. I love the population that I serve, and I feel as though they don't get enough love and attention. We all talk about it, and I feel as though it's not as taboo to talk about your mental health anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but I think it's becoming a little, okay, we all know about it, but the care isn't there.
Yeah, what we doing about it?
Yeah, what are we really doing?
Right.
And I feel as though once they leave our presence, in the hospital, they still don't get the help that they truly need to follow up, because it's hard. It's hard to talk about if you don't have the support you need. It's hard. So when I'm done, I'm going to do it my way. Okay, how are we really helping you? Because I love seeing you sometimes, not in this state, but I don't want to see you anymore. That's the purpose of working with me. I don't want to see you anymore. I want to see you at Target. I want to see you hiking on the hill somewhere. I want to see you enjoying dinner with your family when we at, I don't know, name a restaurant.
Yeah.
Name somewhere. I don't know. Korean barbecue.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just want to see you somewhere outside of in my office, you're flourishing.
Right.
Your life the way you're supposed to. So.
And I love that, because it's I feel with the healthcare system, they keep people sick enough just to keep getting the money. Mm-hmm. It's if they heal them or, get them the real help they need, they're not going to get that revenue or whatever. So the fact that you're really doing the work to really, you want to get these people this real help, it's really setting the bar for sure. So I can't wait to see you do that.
Yeah, healthcare for me, it's like a Band-Aid. They're quick to push medications on people. They're quick to be here, take this. But we're not talking about the adverse reactions, how it affects the rest of the systems.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're hooked on your body can't function without it. But what are we discussing? How do we get there? Like, what are you eating? What are you exposed to? Who's your support system? Because even like, seasons are changing. It's getting cold outside. Are we taking vitamin D? Because, the sun affects your mood.
Yeah.
It's real. It affects your mood so much. But we don't talk about just go outside. Get like the sun lamps, you can get inside your crib.
Yeah.
Get a sun lamp. Just sit with
Right.
that for a second. Don't open your phone for the first hour of the day. Do a cold plunge. Go for a cold walk or a cold shower to finish out your shower. Just certain things we can do to kind of
Yeah.
the baby steps before we're just like, take this Ritalin or take this Haldol or take this. I'm not saying this is foolproof, not for everybody. I mean,
Right.
for certain people, there's other steps you can take before we get to let's start giving all these supplements like vitamins.
Yeah, because they be like, we'll cure your depression, but you might have a risk of dying.
Yeah.
Or
You gonna feel like,
Right.
whoa.
But also,
what?
yeah, and also the fact that you are a fitness enthusiast, like the importance of exercise and how that can, help your mental health also.
Can I
So
tell you it saved me? Because I thought I was going insane. I was going to be right with my patients in the room, like, scooch over, like, we in this together, okay? And it's not even, like, a point of, which I was discussing with some friends, it's not discipline anymore. It's like, no, it's not motivation, it's discipline now. Like, you just used to it. I can't skip a day. Even if it's just walking, I have to do something because I feel more at peace. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
it's like you're showing up for yourself too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is a good start.
Right.
It's not a choice. And it forces me to stretch. My back fucked up.
I got you.
Listen.
I'm seeing you.
Listen.
Holla at a real one. No,
crunchy.
because I feel like sometimes like we don't realize like how things are positively impacting us, and it's like you can't put into words to somebody sometimes how it's going to change their like chemistry
Yeah.
in their brain. Like whatever happens when you working out, like it just gives you a boost. Like
It does.
endorphins.
Endorphins,
Like,
yeah.
oh my gosh,
It's
like
so
it really
hard.
like
I
you
could
could be
do
dealing with
anything,
somebody
right.
like who's not treating you well, and then like you consistently working out, and you like, you know what?
A bad
It ain't
bitch.
that
Yeah, well,
bad.
I'm that bitch, period.
What am I mad about?
Yeah, like, it's
I just did
like-
these squats. I could do anything.
Right.
I can do it.
You can't tell me nothing.
For real.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, fitness.
Fitness is key.
Yeah.
Fitness is key. I mean, what you just walk, stretching. Find somebody who can help you stretch the way you need to stretch. Hip mobility, especially. Ooh. I mean,
Stretch it
whoever
out.
does it.
And then I think, the fact that, like, we are, as we are getting, like, older in age, it's, like, it's really important. Not even, like, the fact of, like, looking a certain way, but feeling a certain way. Being able to, have that longevity
Right.
and that health,
Yeah, it's
that's
like
so
it's called
important.
preventative care.
Yeah.
People, we wait till like the last minute, and
Right.
then it's things that you can do to prevent. Like as far as the aging process, especially like it's things that you should be doing now, especially like in your 30s,
Yo.
late
Yeah.
20s, early 30s, making sure you're getting the proper nutrition, the proper things. Yeah.
Yeah.
My knees
essential.
is hurting just for doing that. Why my knees hurting?
Right.
My neck, if I sleep on the couch differently, why my neck hurt? We just like, you have to stretch. Like,
Yeah.
Before, after, even if you're not doing anything today, please stretch.
Yeah.
Like, do you stretch?
Not really. Not as much as I should, but it is beneficial. But I did connect with Trin. She's a Trin, the yoga specialist. She's a yoga. She right in here as we speak. She's a yoga specialist, teacher, instructor, and she does some other things. And when I found out that I was stretching the wrong way this whole time, I was stretching. So I definitely feel like you should see somebody so you can know how to properly stretch.
Yeah.
yourself.
The yoga instructors, they know.
Yeah, they be
Oh,
knowing.
just do this.
I
I
mean,
mean, I don't think that's gonna work, and it works. Like,
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. So
It really is.
yeah.
you stretch yours.
I do be stretching.
Oh.
Not as much as I should, but like
Oh,
today I
okay.
went to yoga, like just, trying
I
to,
keep that. Y'all ain't telling me, but I had to go to my other girl's.
yeah.
I had to support.
But yeah, especially after yesterday, I was feeling like kind of like stiff. Like, yeah. So I needed something.
It's like that reset button I was thinking about today, like, and how many times, like, I know, like, you supposed to reset, it's good to reset, but I feel like at certain points, like, how many times will we press the reset button on the same thing? Like, speaking about stretching, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I consistently stretching for 3 weeks, but then at some point, I just realized, like, I just stopped stretching.
So we got to start over.
And then it's like, then you starting over there. And I feel like that's how you start to lose pieces of your self-confidence and trust within yourself, because it's like little things like that and self-care.
You put off to the back burner.
Yeah, it's like you keep putting those things off, and resetting is cool, but why you have to ask yourself those difficult questions, like, why am I constantly having to reset on this same particular thing?
Yeah.
Right? And like, some say for ladies, if it's that time for us, that could really throw us off.
Yeah.
So what are some ways that we can find out what those triggers are, and then prepare yourself? Like, okay, we know that on the 26th of the month is about to be on, so what can I do? What pep talk what can I say to myself to be like, come on, girl, you already know you about to be feeling tired. You already know you going to want extra chocolate or whatever it may be. Like, you know, talk yourself through it.
Yeah.
So that you can stay more consistent, you know?
Yeah. No, I think that's important. Like, knowing our patterns. Like, once we know our patterns, it's easy to prepare for it. You know, it's like, all right, like you said, like, all right, it's this time of the month. I know, like, I'm about to be feel like I don't want to do it. But because I know that I'm going to just show up, or I'm at least take a walk, or I'm going to do, you know, show up in some way. So I feel like that's important. And I do feel like, though, it depends on how you look at it. Like, it's not always resetting, you know what I mean? Because I feel like, well, it could be, but it's like now you have, like, more knowledge, or you have, you started it, you just have to, like, jump back in. So it's not like a full reset, but still, you know, you could be farther than what you would have been if you didn't stop. But I do get that, you know, like, we do stop sometimes, especially, like, with this season, like you said, seasonal depression. It's been a couple times recently where I ain't been feeling like doing shit, like, and I'm like,
I felt like that today.
Yeah, like,
this morning, I was about to cancel everything. Like, listen, Jazz, like, I'm cool, I love y'all, but can we? I'm like, but you notice when you still follow through with the things you have plans for, it feels good.
It feels good.
Like,
I did that. Yes.
I'm happy when I'm outside. I'm happy I clean my ass. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's a real thing. You gotta we gotta wash up.
Facts.
You know.
And that even, like, oh my God, it's so crazy. Like, little stuff like that really matters. Just showing up for yourself every day, like showering, self-care, everything. It's like, people don't realize some people are so into their depression and things that they skip those things. They skip showers and they skip taking care of themselves. And it's like that you just spiral. And it's like people think like, oh yeah, that's the normal. But it's like, no, sometimes people do like push those things to the side. So
just showering in general. So I know when I get in my funk, I don't save the good outfit or the good fit for the good day. On that Tuesday, I'm gonna put some shit on because I feel like shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know where I'm going. I'm gonna wear this wedding dress though.
I love that.
I don't know
my
what
God.
I have to do today, but I'm gonna put this on just to go to Trader Joe's. Just because I'm not feeling it. I'm gonna wear the good lotion, the good perfume. I'm gonna put, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself to whatever meal that I've been craving. I'm gonna go in. I'm a big girl right now because I can. And I don't think we should save the good stuff for the good moments.
I love that.
Like, just a shower in general, and then go from there.
Right, yeah.
Because when you talk about waiting for the good moments, like, we'll be saying all day, and as soon as we get a text or a phone call, it's like, oh, we'll get it all done.
Right. Right. Now I'm ready to shower.
There you want to shower. Wow. So what is your happiness really based on? Like,
but, you know, that's crazy because that's, like, going to, like, our topic for today, you know, like, you know, us putting our happiness in certain things, settling in certain areas, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of times we put our happiness in people, or, you know, we have this idea of what we want and we're ready to, like, settle to have that. But I feel like, you know, in life, things go left sometimes. So it's like being able to understand things might not always go as we wanted to. And then also being able to recognize, like, what's for us is going to be for us. Like, what's for you is not going to miss you. And it's, like, being comfortable with the fact that, like, God's going to give us what we need. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
it's like, yeah.
Yo.
It's just like, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Sometimes it could just be.
Right. I feel like sometimes we could really stray away from what we know. You know what I mean? Like, we know what we're supposed to be doing. We know what's good for us and what's not good for us, but we still stay in like certain environments, or we, do certain shit that we know is not good for us.
This is book. You know what I was thinking about? I think I might go on Instagram like once a week and start reading. Just reading certain books and like.
Oh, I'm starting
looking
a book
up
club in January. So we're going to digress. We're going to circle back to that, though. Talk about your book. Go ahead.
No. I think I want to start doing it because this is a book called Addicted to Pain. That, yeah, and it's like we just like kind of like low key. We probably don't say it out loud, of course, but it's like we kind of low key want the drama that's associated with, like especially like when it comes to in relationships and relationships that don't like fulfill our highest good. It's kind of like we want that a little bit secretly, like even if it's just a little party. Like think about it, like because it's linked in with the addiction of whatever patterns or whatever cycles that we're used to going through. So it's kind of like a part of us yearns for that. It's really a thing. Like it is really a thing. It's really a thing. So
a lot of times, like when it comes to just relationships and just spaces in general, we're not yearning for that person or that thing. Because a lot of times when I make decisions, I tell myself, if I can have anything in the world, would I still want the thing that I'm chasing? Right? So I think about that, and then along that with the whole, we're yearning for a feeling, not necessarily the person, but a feeling. So what are you chasing in that person? What are you chasing when you're looking for that job? When you're chasing when you're looking for your fitness goal? It's actually a feeling that we're chasing, but that feeling can get from whatever. Yeah. So it's not necessarily the person, it's not necessarily the job or the accolade that you're looking for, it's a feeling. So once you get to that stepping stone, like, okay, I got this person. Okay, I got this job. Okay, I got this body goal. You're going to still yearn for that feeling.
Yeah, you're going to
keep... You accept whatever, because that person or that thing is giving you that feeling in the moment. But then once it goes away, you're going to look for it somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to remove that person, remove that place, remove that thing, remove that accolade. What exactly am I looking for, and why am I allowing it to treat me a certain way? Because it's giving me the feeling that I'm yearning for. I can't find anywhere else, or choose not to find somewhere else. That makes sense?
No, it makes perfect sense. I'm sitting over here reflecting.
And I feel like a lot of that is based off of like fear of like the unknown. I feel like people just hold on to what they know, and it's like that feeling. They know they could get that feeling from this, but it's like if I step elsewhere or I do something different, it's like I don't know if I'll be able to get that feeling there. You know what I mean? So I feel like people hold on to that, but it's like just we have to make that jump. You know what I mean? Because then you'll never know. You'll never know if you'll find your person or your career or your fitness goals unless you do something different. You know what I mean? If you always did the same thing, you won't get the same results. Period.
Like, make it make sense.
Yeah.
That's another thing. We talk the ego thing. Okay, so a lot of times I stuck around with people, whether romantic, not romantic, or jobs, or all these things out of ego. Like, I work my ass off to get this job. I'm going to keep this job, and I'm going to make you see that I'm worthy of this position.
Right.
Or I work my ass off in this relationship. We've been together for 70,000 years. I refuse to let that go because everything in the past had claws on it when I had to let go. You know what I mean? Like, I totally get that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I want that thing. I was addicted to having.
Yeah.
But if you gripping onto something that wants to let you go, you're kind of delaying the process of something that's better for you. Because every time I let something go that I didn't want to, I was pissed the fuck off. I was pissed off.
Yeah.
But then after I let it be, what was meant for me, like, exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, it's way better. And it's
God's not going to give you something if he feels as though you're not ready for it. So you ask for something, but you still holding on to Billy Bob over here.
Billy Bob.
You staying at that job that you should have left 3 years ago. Why are you complaining before you clock in? Why are you praying in your car before you step in the building? Make it make sense. He's not going to give you what you're praying or asking, what you manifesting, if he knows you're not ready.
Right.
You're clearly not ready. So why would I put you in a space where you need to let go of this? You need a growth in that situation, but you're still in that space.
Right.
But you asking for, make it make sense. You know what I mean? You ask for certain, oh my God, give me financial security. I want to find love, but you don't even love yourself.
Facts.
And you can't even, your budget is terrible. Like, you got 3 cents to your name, but you're trying to go out to eat, stay your sizes.
Right,
like, you don't even know how to handle what you got.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Give me health, but you big backing with these like, make it make sense. Like, I want to be wiser. He's going to put you through some shit to make you wiser. I want to be healthier. Sure. He's going to put you, he took away my health to make me appreciate what I did have.
Yes.
Like, I'm not supposed to be walking right now, but I took for granted, like, I want to be more fit. All right, I'm going to make you borderline paralyzed and see what you do with that situation.
Right.
Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's going to put you shit to test you. And sometimes we fail. We get out of certain situations. Then Billy Bob spin the block. He hit your phone up. You're not ready. Because you're responding. You know what I mean?
Yo,
so what are we doing?
That's a target. For sure.
I'm sorry.
No. It's in a good way.
And it triggers.
No, it's for sure. No, it's good.
Oh, my bad.
No, you good.
But yeah, I feel like, you know, like you were saying, like, I feel like we set the frequency for what we are going to get, what we deserve. It's like, all right, I'm saying that I want somebody to treat me right, but I'm settling for somebody who's not treating me right. It's like,
makes sense.
I'm not going to be treated right. That's what's going to keep happening. Right. Like,
you love it here. What do you mean? Like, you're not going to leave?
Right.
You're not gonna leave. Actually, you just opened the door for this man. You rubbing his feet. He just called you a hoe. Like, what? Excuse me. You know what I mean? Like,
real shit.
I'm not a hoe.
Yeah, I'm not a hoe. You want me to rub your hands, babe? What you eating for dinner? What are we eating for dinner? I got you. That's the standard?
Right. And that,
like,
that too. Like,
oh, my bad. Oh, okay.
Being like, trying to like prove yourself after knowing also like that ain't what you want. You know what I mean? Because our intuition, we like sometimes, you know, when the self-love is not there, or, you know, when a certain level of healing, you know, we haven't gotten to, it's like we not listening to our intuition with certain shit. It's like, you feeling nervous or your stomach is feeling weird, you can't eat because you know this situation is not good for you. You know what I mean? But it's like, like, I'm not going to listen to that. But, like, that's when the anxiety starts and everything else, because it's like we are not honoring ourselves. We are not listening to our intuition, and we're going against our bodies, dysregulating our nervous system. And it's like, it's a whole cycle. Like,
the more you listen to your higher self is what I'm finding, right? The more you will listen to that higher self, even though the old patterns are still there, it's like your higher self is able to direct you more. Yeah. So like last night, I actually had like a moment. Remember, I actually called you, and I was feeling some type of way, like I wanted affection, and I could have gotten it if I wanted that, but my higher self was like, that's not what we doing right now. No. So what other options do you have? So I literally put on Dawson's Creek, and I had all my comfortable pillows, and I felt, and I'm like, this is the choice I'm making. This is
standing on business, and sometimes standing on business don't feel good. You know what I mean? But you know that's what you want for your higher self, for you to get what you really deserve and what you need. And sometimes it feels uncomfortable. Absolutely. You know, you gotta be by yourself. You gotta be a little lonely sometimes. You're like, damn, like, I want to call this person or whatever. I want to spin a block. But it's like, did that get you anywhere last time? You know what I mean? Know. It's like, no.
And I hate, this is something I tell the girlies that come, men too.
I like to show
the person that you're supposed to choose or make sense for you. I don't want them to give me butterflies. Why do I have diarrhea when I'm thinking about you?
Right.
You know what I mean? I want you to give me peace. I want to feel calm. I want to be able to take a nap in your presence.
Right.
Love shouldn't be fire. It should be golden, like relaxing.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like it should. Why?
Yeah, I just recently learned about that. Like the whole, like I heard, I watched a video or something about like slow burn love. You know what I mean? Like we all often wanted to start off like super intense and like fiery and all that. Yeah, but it's like no, the slow burn love where you get to know somebody and it's like you build from there, and it's like that's really what we really like want, you know, and need, because it's like that all that fast shit is like it don't
what are you
usually
hiding from? Like
right.
why are you love bombing me? And that's what I got accustomed to. I thought love bombing was love.
Right.
Like moving like this, like, oh, that means he knows what he wants. Actually, you're kind of, because you know that 3 months is real. You get the representative in the beginning. You know when you got the resume, like, oh, I'm fit for the job, and I can do this, and I can do that. Everybody can do that for 3 months. How you feel at 6? How you feel at 9?
Facts.
How you feel actually when we start going through shit? it's cool in the beginning because you know you got the job. You trying to
right. Yep.
I got the good suit on. Okay, let me get that little doo-doo stay in the drawers. Now you kind of getting settled.
Right.
You know, in a situation, you don't really fit the part. She don't really fit the part. They don't really fit the part. But at the interview, it made sense.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, you need
Doo-doo say.
doo-doo stay drawers, like the suit on, but he got shit in his drawers. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Yeah.
Like, I hear you,
Yo.
What's going on? Right.
Like, for real, love can be, you see a doo-doo stain in your man drawer.
he does. Actually, I know you don't wipe.
No.
Wipe got baby wipes. If you don't see baby wipes in his bathroom, I'm cool. You already know he got the little berries
It's all right,
and stuff.
listen.
No.
But truthfully, it's really attractive to see a man, like, who has self-control and, like, a man that is okay to ask you questions, like the difficult questions, like qualify me, like find out. I feel like as women, we always talk about like what can a man do for me and what what boxes is he marking off, but what about how we qualify for him?
Yeah.
Like.
But I also feel like a lot of times we say we have those boxes, and a lot of people put those boxes in the trash. You know what I mean? Like we be like, all right, what boxes does he check off? And then he show you like 2 boxes, and you like, all right, like fake checking off.
Some people are so thirsty to be chosen. That's the thing. Like you want to be chosen so bad, and the first person to give you attention. I was having this conversation with somebody else too. When you're so used to getting nothing, the first man that comes around and gives you a crumb, you think it's a cookie.
Yo,
like damn, look at that cookie. It's a crumb. It's a crumb, honey.
Crazy.
It's
that is facts.
So you accept the crumbs, not knowing you deserve a cookie because you never seen you don't know what a cookie look like.
Yo,
Like, oh, is that peanut butter flavor? Is that chocolate chip? Oh, I like that crumb. So he keeps giving you crumbs. That's the standard.
Right.
You
And
know
I go back to what you said about the self-love, because prior to me even meeting a man, right, I'm already going out buying the gourmet cookies and the perfumes and the whatever it is.
Right.
That I'm already taking financial literacy courses. I'm already self-educating. I'm already collaborating on. So those things are cool, but I'm looking for more, how can we partner? Versus you checking, like, versus making it like a selfish thing, like, what can you do for me? How can we partner together to be, you know?
Like you're saying, like, you know, just setting the tone for ourselves, luxurizing, like, our own lives, you know, taking ourselves out, doing those things for ourselves, so that way when those things come
it's
up,
more like
it's
an
not
alignment,
like we're not like, oh, taking back,
Yeah.
because we're used to that already. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what? I do give myself a good life. So it's like, if I'm just getting crumbs, you're like, that's the bare minimum. You know what I mean? Like,
you're going to look at the person. So it's like, when somebody asks, what do you want in a man? We automatically go to the outward instead of the inward. How do you show up for yourself? I'm looking at his routines. How he's showing up for him personally. It don't got nothing to do with me. It's all about what are you doing as an individual before you merge into a relationship.
I feel like when you said we look outward, I feel like it depends on who it is or what perspective. Because, you know what I mean? I feel like the traits of, like, you know, being a leader, being able to, you know, set the tone for the relationship. Because I feel like most of us as women, we want to, like, be led. You know what I mean? Like, we want somebody we could trust, or somebody who's really going to take and know what to do, and we could trust them. You know what I mean? So it's like, I really feel like is what perspective, because I feel like a lot of men feel like a lot of women are all about the bags and this and that, but it's like, no, a lot of us really want some substance. I don't like, I'm not really like right at the money, like, you know what I mean? Like, when I meet somebody, it's not like, oh, like, what sneakers do you have on, or you got this brand, or like, I remember I was talking to one boy, he was like, yeah, he had on these type of sneakers. So I'm like, sir, I never heard of those before. Like, you trying to
don't help me. That doesn't help me.
Sorry, I don't know what that is. But you know, like, stuff like that, it's like, no, like, a lot of women, like, we really want substance. We really want to know, like, you could really handle shit. Like, what's your goals? Are we going to be able to build? You know, stuff like that. Like, that's really important. So
when you talk about leadership versus being submissive in relation, it's all about, it's an agreement between two. It's not like a thing where when you say being led, like give an example, like how, when you say I want to be led, what does that look like for you?
I can trust. So this is always, it's been an issue for me. I give them the reins to take lead. And if once I see I can't trust you to follow through what you said, I'm going to take lead again. Because I feel like,
right,
I got
it
you want to change the oil in my car. You offer, I didn't even ask you. And you ain't do it. Never mind, I got it. You just said you want to pick that up for me. You volunteered. You didn't follow through with that. Never mind, I got it.
Yep.
So now it becomes like, never mind, I got it. What are you here for? So like a lot of the qualifications, it's not like what you do for yourself. It's more like, I already give myself these things. So people talk about finances and they talk about love and all these. I give myself such a good life. I'm cool by myself. But what else do you bring that I can't give myself?
Right.
Like, is there anything else here?
Right.
Because I already give myself all the things. So you're supposed to be an addition. I don't really need you, but I want you here. You know what
like,
I mean?
how's our connection? Do you make me feel safe? Like, you know what I mean? Like, am I at peace with you? Like, those are the things we really need. You know what I mean? Like, we want. So.
What Neo say? What he say?
He said a couple things.
No.
So sing a love song.
No, he said, what he say? What's the lyric? I'm a something more by myself.
But I'm a force when we together.
I'm a movement by myself. I'm a force when we together.
Make me better. Yes, that's what it's about.
Yeah,
making each other better.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that's how it should be. And it's like, you know, when you are in a space where you like, you know, somebody can pour into you, but you also want to pour into them also. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you're not trying to just get over on somebody you really care about. You know, it's like, it's deeper than that, so.
For sure.
And know when to step away. If you know you in a union, and this person is, that y'all not growing in the same direction, or you see you're making this person worse,
right?
You need to know when you need to leave. Sometimes it's not them. It's you. You're not ready.
Yeah.
Before you even decide to get into a relationship. Are you really ready?
Right.
I know I'm not. I'm minding my business. That's why I descended relationships and men. I'm only here for friendship connections. I don't got time for it. So we having this discussion, but I ain't shopping.
Right.
Yeah, like, no. So are you really in a space to allow someone else in your space,
right,
and actually do the work? Personally, I'm not. And I can admit that to myself. Like, I'll leave you alone, you leave me alone.
It is a lot of work, because it's like, you feel like, all right, when you're by yourself, you're cool. You're not being triggered. You don't have to worry about nobody else. You don't have to worry about, you know, compromising and all that. But it's like, when somebody's coming into your space, that really shows you, like, how far, like, are you going to practice what you preach? How healed really are you? Like,
we not that healed.
Are you really fought on the inside? We not really that
healed. I'm not that healed. Give me a little bit.
Because I done had some triggers and, like, you know, it's like,
I'm not ready.
Damn.
I got so much going on.
You know, but I feel like we do have the tools and we do have the mindset to, you know, work through these things. But sometimes shit comes up and you be surprised, like, oh shit, like, I thought I was past this.
I'm going to play a little, all right, I'm not going to say devil's advocate, right? But at the same time, with us saying, I'm not healed yet, I'm not there yet, I'm not ready yet, I do want us to be mindful that, because I see a lot of men do it and a lot of women do it, where they just like, I'm not ready yet, I'm not there yet. But just be mindful, because what if it's fear from all the things that you've been through, and now you've gotten comfortable being able to provide for yourself so much that you're just more fearful of getting into something. You may not be, like, it's always going to be something that we need to work on, but what if?
Yeah.
What if you was able to get to a certain point, just enough for you to get somebody where that's the whole point of partnership. Yeah. Because where I lack, you pick up. Yep. And where you lack, I pick up. And that's what makes the beautiful partnership. We're not always going to be 100% ready. Right, yeah. But if you can coincide or meet somebody that compliments you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're not ready can turn into something so beautiful. Yeah. It really can.
And that's why I would say, like, we do know the tools now, or most of the time, you know, we can kind of talk ourselves through these things, but sometimes we do get triggered, or, you know, something may come up that's a surprise. But I do agree, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know until you get in there. But I think it's just understanding, like, where we are in our lives, what we're ready for, what we're not ready for. But, you know, if you feel like you're ready, I would say it's nothing wrong with taking the jump. You know what I mean? Like, if you feel like this person can add value to you, you can add value to them. Like, if y'all can communicate, let's see, there might be some weaknesses I have, there might be some weaknesses you have. Can we work through this? And that's what that really is all about, you know what I mean? Being able to do that. But they have to show you and you have to show them. You know what I mean? Or it's like,
I like your perspective. My perspective more of grocery shopping while hungry. Mm-hmm. I'm hungry. So I don't think I should be out here looking for nothing. Because I want those things. I do want those things, but I know I'm not in a position that I want to make sure I'm full before I start looking.
I love that. Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah, and that really shows like self-control, and it really shows like the amount of self-love, because it's like, I'm not just going to jump in or grab anything because I'm hungry. Right.
I want someone to hold my hand.
Yeah.
Do you want to go to IKEA? I want the forehead kisses. I want all the things. I do. And I want it to the point where it's not a healthy space to go and try to find something, because I'm going to say, like, that's the first one. Okay, we in here now.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, do I really like you, or do I just want something from you?
Right.
I just want the affection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's, for me, not a good space. But if you're ready, you feel you give yourself all the things, you're not in that survival mode, definitely put yourself out there.
Yeah. I wasn't speaking to, like, for me personally. I am very conscious to keep my heart open.
Yeah.
And that's maybe another book we could talk about. It's called The Untethered Soul.
I read that. That's pretty good. I got
Can't wait for the book club, y'all.
January.
It's called The Untethered Soul. So just keeping your heart open as you go through these experiences, because you know, sometimes we just do what ifs for negative things, but what about the what ifs for the positive things that can happen for us as we go through our healing process?
That's true.
No, I definitely agree, and I feel like, you know, understanding like what's for us and what's not. Like, I remember you posted the story on your page, and it was like, how do I know if like this person is into me? And you was like, well,
you wouldn't be confused.
You wouldn't be confused. You wouldn't be answering.
Like, I feel like when you know, if somebody wants you, you know they want you. If you feel as though you're confused about where they stand or where you stand, y'all playing.
It's not it,
because it's not there, and that's the era that we're in. Everyone's playing, because everyone's 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Right.
If that's the energy you're giving, just stay outside. You're not ready to be inside right now. That's cool. Okay.
And one thing I was saying, not only do we have to, you know, be honest with ourselves about,
just pick it up.
Should we just leave it there? But I'm like, not only should we be honest with ourselves about the signals that we're getting from other people, but like what signals are we giving? Like, we think because somebody's just our person, they're supposed to just know, oh, I want this or I want that. Like, no, we have to tell them, like, this is what I want or this is what I expect. Because if we want them to give it to us, like, we have to tell them. Like, people aren't mind readers. Like, yeah, they might know us, but it's like they might perceive life a different way than we do. So it's like, unless we tell them, like, listen, this is what I want out of a relationship, or this is what I want between us, it's like they might not always just be able to just give it to you without that communication. So we got to be open to voice that also. Like, that's important.
That's different upbringings, different exposure to life.
Yeah.
Different values, different everything. You expect them, like, why don't they know that before my period, I want to be left alone?
Right.
Like, he could assume you want affection. She's probably sensitive. She want a hug. No, get away from me. Like,
right.
And that becomes an argument. Like, uncommunicated expectations. Like, just talk about it. And just realize how much conflict you can avoid.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have issues communicating to that capacity because they don't want to make the other person uncomfortable or be offensive or ruffle feathers or do all these things. But you have to have the hard conversations to make life easier. It doesn't make sense to just assume, like you said, like, they know where you're coming from. If they don't know where you're coming from,
right?
You weren't there. You know,
it can make y'all bond stronger when you realize, like, oh, we can actually have like transparent conversations.
Yeah, and somebody who's your person, they're not just gonna be so triggered from everything you say. Like, if they really want you to be happy, y'all want to be happy with each other, you're gonna be able to say like what's going on, and it's not like, oh, like you always complain or whatever. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like, all right, let's get this to the solution and figure that out.
Like, I'm just having a conversation. Why? Like, I'm not coming for you.
Right.
I'm just saying I ain't really like how you moved in that moment. That made me feel a certain kind of way. It's not about what you did, it's how you made me feel. And you gotta, like, shift it from, I'm not coming at you, I'm telling you how I feel. can we talk about it so it don't happen again?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But not everything is, you a bad person now. That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my feelings.
Right. And I think it really just depends on, like, the amount of work that we have done, you know what I mean? Like, within ourselves. And, you know, we project a lot on, you know, like, how we feel. We put that onto other people. So it's like, when you're meeting your person, it's like, hopefully y'all both have done a significant amount of work and, you know, we can communicate and all that, but it's not always the case. You know, and that's what we know. It's okay, well, you might not be the one, so next.
But also to go back to what Candice was saying, like, with the work and, like, keeping yourself open and all those things, I feel like, how are you going to practice being in a healthy relationship if you're not in a relationship? Like you said, like, it's like the application of those self-help books. How many self-help books you got to read before we start applying? Like, you read 20 of them bitches. What are we doing now? Like, give yourself a month or two just to
apply it.
Can we apply what we learned into the next relationship? But if you keep running from it when you know you ready, out of fear, then how are you really going to learn?
Yeah, you don't know it until you jump into it, or, you know, let's say you gotta just go right into it. But, you know, until you get into it, we don't know. And that's for everything. Like, so many people keep themselves stuck in the job, the relationship, whatever, because they're scared of what's on the other side. But it's like, until you apply yourself, until you make that decision. And it's like, we really only live this life this time. You know what I mean? Like, I believe in a couple of different things, but, like, right now we're living this life. So, like, what are we really holding ourselves back from? Like, let's go all the way in. Like, I'm a lover girl, so I'm like, you know what? Like, if
I'm in love now. Like, what do you
mean? It's like, if this person, like, if I feel like the connection is there and, you know, it's safe and, you know, everything is going the way it's supposed to go, I'm all in. You know what I mean? Like,
doing it all. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm too old to be doing this.
So it's like, and it's like, what do we have to be afraid of? Why do we have to be so prideful to try to, like, act like we're this certain way? Or, you know, a lot of us are guarded because, you know, we don't want to get hurt. So I feel like, you know, we do have to, like, come down from that. It takes time, you know, even me myself, you know, letting my guard down. But then once that's down, it's like, all right, like, YOLO. You know what I mean? Like, but I guess it just depends on your point of view. But literally, like, we're here in life to experience these things. So it's like, let's make it as, like, beautiful and intense and as, like, dope and intentional as possible. You know what I mean? So it's like, we can't move through fear. It's like, if God is in us, what do we have to be afraid of? God is aligning this with us, even if it don't work.
It's something.
It's for a reason, right? It's like,
that's a cool story for your deathbed. What's up? Right. I get it. Whatever.
No, your grandma was wilding out.
I think about that every morning, Jeff. I scare the shit out of myself before I go to bed, and when I wake up, I'm like, I could die today. I could have died last night, and that's how it motivates me. Like, it seems chaotic how I move. Like, Amber, what the fuck are you doing? You can't get, like, y'all don't want to go to Africa on Tuesday? Like, girl, no, I do.
But yeah, you should
listen. Why not? There's no rules.
Say we'll go to Seattle.
I want to go to Seattle.
There's no rules, and I feel like we keep our lives in these boxes. Like, just because you're known for being, you got your oils, you got your podcast, you could be an astronaut tomorrow. Nobody holding you back.
Right.
Why? Just do the thing. Just do whatever you feel like doing. Do whatever you feel like doing.
Right.
Because there's no rules. Like, life is so beautiful. You could be fluid in all these things. Like, yeah, I'm a nurse. Yeah, now I'm going to do fitness now. Yeah, tomorrow I think I'm going to be an artist. Why not? Because I am. Like, you said I got to stick to this one box. Right. Like, that's not how life's meant to be lived. And it does. Like, the scaring myself, like, I could have died. Ooh, make this day count.
Right,
like, I died today. Did I do it beautifully? Like, did I accomplish everything I wanted to accomplish? Just say yes to everything. Smartly. Don't just... Don't just do whatever, but just say yes to all the things. I'm saying yes to a lot of things that catapulted me into spaces and places I never thought I would be. And you never know who you meet just by saying something. And the whole gatekeeping, the whole, I'm moving, the moving silent shit just blows. Like, what if you're in a room with somebody who is doing exactly what you want to do and exactly where you want to be, but you want to keep your mouth shut because you want to be secretive and mysterious. Nah, I'm going to tell you, this is what I'm doing. Right. Because closed mouths don't get fed. So just saying what you're doing, going to all these different spaces, all these different places, you never know where you're going to end up.
Yeah.
So
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to say something to her?
Yeah, but you can go
You
first.
sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Going back to what you were saying, like how you gonna show up different from the ordinary like way of healthcare for your client. Like, what does that look like?
That looks like not just dropping them off here. I see that you're bipolar. Take the Abilify. Goodbye. Like, there's no coordination between. Are we giving them fitness classes outside of that? Are we giving them yoga class outside of that? Are we doing therapy connected with the services? Are we checking in on them? That mental health one, like the wellness checks you do with people you don't hear about. But are we checking in on them, making sure they go to their appointments, making sure that they're doing other things outside of medication to keep them on track where they want to do? Give them, if there's like food insecurity, what foods are you eating? Because foods do impact how you feel. And I feel like people don't really think about that. But if you're eating McDonald's compared to eating, I'm not saying it got to be a salad, but eating nutrients and foods that actually help with how your body, just fiber in general, fiber, things that help your brain, like the mushrooms and just the leafy greens, because a lot of these psych medications, it affects your heart, it affects your cholesterol. You're more at risk for comorbidities like diabetes and hypertension, and your cholesterol, elevated cholesterol levels, all these things. But they don't really talk to you about that because they're only concerned about the now. Like, what are we doing long term? Are we giving them the things that they actually need in order to make them successful in this world?
Because so do you want like a private practice?
Long term, yes.
Okay.
Long term, yes. But for now, I want to put myself through the trenches and see everything that I can see, so I can say that I've seen that and I work with that. And I understand that. I don't want the soft nurse life right now. I understand that's trendy. You want to put the cute scrubs on and get your 40-inch bust down and the lashes. I want to look like I've been through some shit, so when I can handle any patient population, like I can see that these are the people who need it the most. Nobody wants to handle the borderlines. Yeah. Nobody wants to handle the manias. Nobody wants to handle the comorbidities between, or the dual diagnosis between drugs and psych, because it's hard. Yeah. It's hard. There's a lot of follow-up you have to do with these patients. I want to work with them. Absolutely. We here together.
Right.
Yeah. Because that's where the moneymaker is with these people. They want to keep them sick. They don't want to follow up with you because it's hard.
Yep.
But psych is hard. Life is hard. A lot of things are hard, and they didn't choose this. Somebody has to help them.
Yeah.
Somebody.
That's facts. How do you, like, keep yourself in a good headspace, like, when you're dealing with all this?
Working out in the morning. I know. I'm going to crack it. So, 4 a.m. workouts. I wake up really early because my shift is from 7 a to 7:30 p. I wake up at 4, get to the gym at 4:30, leave there around 6, go to work by 7. That's the start of the day. I meal prep, make sure what I'm putting in my body makes sense. We don't miss no meals. Like, I make sure we snack and get it through. Get your protein, get your fiber, drink your water. I don't have a TV in my crib. I like to disconnect in that kind of way. I don't want to watch. I don't care what's on Netflix. Don't ask me. Well, did you see that show? No.
Right.
My library though. I can show you what book I just read recently. Yeah. I love new music. Put me on to new playlists. I love journaling. I like my plants. I have my sunroom with my reading chair. I have my art where I paint. I do my ceramics.
I love that. Yeah.
You gotta know my birthday. I know. I have my clay and stuff like that. And I connect with people that pour into me, and I pour into them that make me feel loved. So I'm a phone person. We gonna talk about it. How's your day going? You can tell me the bad, but we do mental check-ins before we dive deeper. Like, do you have the capacity? Before I start dumping on you, kind of situation. And just good energy. If I feel as though you got some shit with you and you don't want to work on yourself, stay away from me.
Right.
I don't got time because life is too short, and I feel like we prolong our suffering. So you can choose to get out of this space or choose to move forward, and it's okay because I don't have to like everybody, and everybody doesn't have to like me, and that's the beauty of it. Yeah. Like, I'm old, you know what I'm old. Yeah. To me, you got to choose wisely what kind of people and what kind of places you put yourself in. And I got, my little regular coffee shop, and say hi to whoever you pass. They may not say hi back, but it's okay, right? Because you never know. You don't know what people are going through. Just be cool with you. I make sure I like my silence. I like my peace. I like time away. I'm okay with saying no and keeping my boundaries. I'm okay with upsetting you in order to keep me okay. If me saying no because I don't want to go to the cookout that you just invited me to 3 seconds ago, that's going to make a you problem. And I don't want to explain either. What else you got going on? Nothing. Actually, I'm going to look at my ceiling. I just don't have it in me because I don't want to show up depleted to something you invited me to, and I look an asshole because I'm not feeling it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, So just keeping strict boundaries, staying on my schedule, what works for me when it comes to my mental health, when it comes to me, watering the people that water me, just those check-ins, like making like I have my routine because having a routine, being disciplined is something keeps you on track. Once you get too scattered and you start just doing whatever, it's good to be spontaneous, but still make sure you have something that keeps you on track.
Yeah.
I realize I can't be too scattered because then shit just goes awry and it's like, what are you doing?
Right. Being intentional, like with your time and everything. That's important.
That's how I keep my shit together. Everybody else is different. What works for you. But this is what works for me. I love it here. We unbothered here.
Period.
Unintentionally unbothered here, and that's my thing. What do y'all do?
That's really, really good. Do you want to go first?
It don't matter.
I'm like really excited. I'm excited. Yeah, like your whole like the wow.
Yeah.
Like can we give her like
Oh my god.
like this is so fast. Like I'm so happy that I'm aligned and like connected to you. Like that's so dope. Much gratitude.
Thank you.
Much gratitude.
It's crazy.
My
My bad. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say so. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Love.
I love you. Yeah.
So what I like to do at night before I go to bed is I do put on the ocean waves on my TV, and then you said something about like not watching, like looking at your phone an hour when you wake up. I try not to do an hour before I go to bed, and I do have the Calm app on my phone. So I like put bedtime. They got adult bedtime stories.
Bedtime story.
Yeah, like adult bed, like not like that.
I'm
Not like that.
oh.
Not like
that.
that. Not like that. No. Not like that, but like bedtime stories. Like and they have some really cool actresses and actors on there that like you might like that's reading the story. Like what's the girl that used to play in Moesha, the lady? It's an actress. She's an actress. She's like
Randy?
She's an actress and she's on there. Her voice is really soothing and it is
D?
Yeah, her D.
The stepmom.
Yeah. Anyway, she already just told us she probably won't know. But anyway, yeah, I like listening to those. I like to read. I got me like a little night light thing that you put onto your book.
Me too. It's the best gift I ever got.
I gotta get one of those.
Rub my feet together real quick. I'm here now.
I gotta get one of those for sure.
I get excited. And I love putting like my little pajamas out and I like lay it out.
Romanticize everything.
Yes.
It's so good. Yeah, so those are some of the things that I do in the AM. I like to like at least give myself an hour before I get anybody else and my kids up or whatever. Yeah, I need like that.
Yeah.
And what else I like real quick? I fell in love with flossing, like the automatic flossers.
I'm gonna get one so bad, yo. I only got the regular.
I just like really sit there and close my eyes and I let the water like go in between my teeth. I'm like, well, this is really like doing something for me.
Yeah.
You got your toes curling a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I do. I'll send you the link.
Thank you.
For where I got mine at. Go what you do,
Yeah.
Jazz.
But yeah, I feel like, I just make sure I stay like with like my routine for the most part. And one thing that's like really important for me is like journaling, like in the morning. Like I try to get like whatever is in my head out before I start the day, because it's like I don't want to like take those thoughts with me throughout the day. And then being intentional like with what I want to do for the week, for the day, like setting a tone. I feel like when I go into the day like that, it just makes me feel like more at peace and structured, because things can like go on, like random things throughout our days. But it's like if you set the tone, it's like it's kind of hard to get swayed when it's like, all right, yeah, that happened, but all right, we're going to keep with what we are going to do or what we planned out. So just doing that, trying to stay present, as a mom, is very easy to just get like sidetracked and you're trying to do dinner and homework and everything, but just trying to be present for the most part, trying to not, I am on my phone sometimes, but I be trying to fall back a little bit, because sometimes you can get like overwhelmed with so much that's going on with social media and everything like that. So just trying to be present. And I like to teach myself stuff. Like, I love learning, like, new stuff. Like, I will go down a rabbit hole about some things that, like, I never knew before. But I love that. Like, I love learning new things, researching, like, how I can further, like, what I got going on. Like, Chat GBT is my boyfriend, okay, y'all? Like, I be on Chat, like, Chat, how can I get out my 9 to 5 by the end of the year? Or it's, like, stuff like that. Like, I really be, like, going through, like, all these things, but I just feel like I get, like, energy, like, from that stuff, like, just seeing how I can elevate and, like, go, like, the next level. But also, you know, I, like, try to give myself grace and give myself, like, that down, relaxed time. Because I feel like we can, you know, get so busy and so overwhelmed that, you know, just make sure we're staying intentional and not just doing anything because it presents itself to us. Like, making sure it's something that aligns with me.
Yeah. I felt like one thing I do want to say that I appreciate about you is that first thing when I do go on Instagram, I'm seeing a video from you. And I really like those. So I feel like you should definitely, if you know, maybe consider like continuing to do that.
Yeah.
And I also feel like for people who maybe you don't have kids, but you just have a busy life in general. Like, I find for me, what lessens my anxiety is like if I write out what my day was gonna look like. So, 4:30 to 4:45, meditate, this, that, and that, and then 6 to 7, give myself permission to check Instagram. 8 to 9, schedule a reel. Like, stuff like that helps me because then I find that I can, like, even with the good stuff, you can overstimulate yourself and still, like, you know, get, you know, anxious and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, like, you know, just having, like, that structure, like, I feel like it is important to have, like, spontaneous moments throughout life, but the structure, the consistency, showing up, that's really what helps you feel like that self-love, that, you know, you build on what you have been doing. That's how you grow, by repetition. Like, keep doing it. So it's like us, you know, showing up for ourselves, continuing to be consistent and all that. I feel like that's super important. With, you know.
I like that list. I do that, I know it's because of that, but my attention span is spicy garbage. So I have to have time frames, even alarms. Like, I can only spend this much time on something. And because I do the rabbit hole thing with literally everything. I'm just hyper focused. So I put systems aligned in my place. Like, I have a cleaning lady because I can't clean correctly. I'll stay in that room and find something, and we just there the rest of the day. Or, like, it takes forever to clean the kitchen. Like, oh, I haven't seen this mug in forever. No, we don't like, it takes forever. So we got a cleaning lady to keep my shit together. I have to talk on FaceTime with my sister when I meal prep, or it's not gonna get finished. Like, there's certain things my keys gotta be to a certain place, or it's gonna be lost. The phone, I'm mad at getting my Apple Watch away, but I'm getting another one. I lose my phone all the time. So the watch helped ding it so I could find it. Like, there's certain things, like, I have to, and I tried the spontaneous thing, and it just doesn't work. Me trying to be spontaneous at capacity, not scheduling things out, it's like giving a toddler with sugar, scissors, and telling them to run. It doesn't work. Like, you gotta reel it in. You're non-productive. All these days passed. All this time passed. You could have did all this stuff. Not saying you always have to jam-pack your day, but it's good to get the hard things done first, and then do the fun stuff later. You know,
facts.
So
I think that's like a good way for us to, like, you know, close out pretty much. Like, you know, but like, is there anything, like, I know?
I would just say, if there was one thing you guys could tell somebody today who's not feeling fine on the inside, what would you guys tell them?
It's okay to not be okay. And if you don't feel fine on the inside, I say put your phone down, because social media lies to you. That's the representative of what people want you to see, but not the reality of what it is. And I learned that the hard way, especially in the fitness community. Everybody bad online, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, but you see me in person, you look like me. I'm like, what the hell? Like, just put your phone down. Put your phone down. We all don't have $1 million. Everybody doesn't live in the penthouse. Everyone doesn't have the newest bags or the newest shoes and all these things. Like, you're doing just fine. You're doing just fine. You're exactly where you need to be.
How about you, Candice?
I would say listen, quiet down, because you have a higher part of your conscience that's trying to speak to you. So just take a moment to just kind of be quiet and listen out for that guidance because it's always there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, period. Well, y'all heard him here. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm so hyped. I think that was a great conversation.
Yeah, thank you, Jazz.
No problem.
So dope.
Make sure y'all subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Make sure y'all follow Candice and Amber on Instagram, and we will see y'all next week. See y'all.